Well, it's been an exciting and dramatic first week to the Volvo Ocean Race. So much has happened, it's time for us now to take stock and analyse the race so far. To help us do that, I'm joined by Justin Chisholm. Hi there, Justin.
Hi, Steve.
Well, what a start to the race. From the get-go, we've had nothing but drama.
Well, this is the Volvo Ocean Race, so we're used to drama, but what an amazing first night. I don't think any of us expected to see the race leader with its rig in three pieces limping back to Alicante, and then Team Sanya also out of the race at that point with a huge hole in the hull.
So is it always like this, Justin?
It's very hard to slow these boats down. They talked about throttling back, but these are Volvo Open 70s. They're thoroughbreds of the ocean, and it's very difficult to slow them down and keep them safe. And the conditions are boat-breaking conditions, and that's what we saw on the first night.
Right, let's just quickly talk about the race leader Groupama. We've got our map graphic here, and if we just run it, we can see how once they passed through the Straits of Gibraltar and out into the Atlantic, Groupama made a big call, didn't they? They stayed in and didn't go out with the rest of the fleet.
Well, it certainly was a big call, and traditionally the best thing to do on this leg is get west as quickly as you can. But the conditions weren't quite as ideal as we might have expected. And Groupama made a very bold call. These are experienced ocean racers. They made the call, they pushed to the south straight away, and the gap between the boats spread to hundreds of miles really, really quickly. Were they lucky? I don't think so. I think this was a really strong call from the French team, and they're sailing the weather systems rather than sailing the fleet.
Now, if we look at the course that they're steering, a straight line here almost takes them straight down to this first mark here.
Well, that's right. They're certainly taking the most direct route, but there's a few obstacles along the way. The doldrums is one of them, a windless zone. And right now, if they carry on with that path, although it's looking good for them, they're going to try and cross the doldrums at its widest point. So they're going to have to go around it. There's something there called the African Triangle. They call it the Diavolo Triangle, a zone of no wind. You just don't want to go in there.
So, Justin, the next 24, 48 hours could be absolutely crucial here in this first leg.
Well, absolutely. Right now, although Groupama are showing a big lead on the tracker, this is ocean racing. The gap between the boats is 600 miles, and it's all about something they call leverage. When you've got big gaps between the boats, the changes can be very quick. And when those guys in the west hook into those breezes, unless Groupama is still going quickly and can get themselves over to the west, that lead could really vaporize very, very quickly.
If you were going to call it right now, what do you see playing out?
Well, I wouldn't be crazy enough to call it, but I think it's still going to be very close between the boats. Really, they're pretty much dead heating at this point because, as we keep saying, this is ocean racing.
Now, one story we haven't talked about yet, Justin, is Abu Dhabi. We saw them restart the race yesterday, which was great news, but we have breaking news today.
This morning, they've announced that they've made the really difficult decision that they're not happy to sail the boat down to Cape Town, and they're going to retire from this leg, take the boat to Lisbon and ship it down, just like Sanya are doing, down to South Africa.
Oh my goodness, they will be bitterly disappointed, I'm sure.
It is. It's a real blow for the Abu Dhabi team, but this is a long race. This is a 9-month race, and that's what they're thinking of. They're down to their spare rig. They can't afford to lose that rig. 3 months to build a new one, they would be out of the race.
So then the next 24 hours, absolutely crucial. Stay tuned to watch this continuing story.